In recent news, Henry went over the docs of Melena's testimony, where he covers the reason why Melena broke up with NMP, and this was due to NoraExplorer, where both were playing GTRP on stream and doing collab streams together. Henry goes over Melena's statement, sharing in the following.
So you're talking about concerns about Nick developing a relationship. When did that occur? I would say it started early 2024. And why did you have those concerns? Because I felt like all of his attention was spent elsewhere. And with whom was that spent attention? What do you mean? Like, who are you talking about? Here we go. He was playing games all the time, even off stream with another woman. We know who that woman is. And he was also talking to her even when they weren't streaming.
The situation became more complicated because Nick and Nora were spending time together around the same period.
I actually can't even fly this boat now because Malena...
Yeah, my bad. I thought you would just appreciate Nora handcuffed. You know what I mean? I feel like that's your kind of vibe.
It's over. Nah, it's over. It's over.
Oh no, dude.
With their interactions eventually becoming a major point of discussion within the community. One of the moments people brought back up is Nick travelling to Europe, where Malena was dealing with her mother's cancer treatment. Community members claim that Nick went to meet Nora during that period, and later footage and photos involving the two become increasingly scrutinised. Eventually what started as a concern about their relationship turned into a much bigger issue, with Malena ultimately ending the relationship.
The reaction from the community was immediate, with a lot of people connecting the situation to the history between Nick, Malena, and Nora. Some commenters focused on the ERP aspect, arguing that whatever happened between Nick and Nora went beyond what they would consider normal streaming content. Others pushed back on that interpretation entirely, pointing out that the situation described in the testimony doesn't necessarily prove what happened between Nick and Nora, and joking that the circumstances don't really resemble the typical GTA-style ERP situations people were comparing it to. Another major point people brought up was the timing of Nick's European trips and meetings with Nora, particularly the fact that Malena was dealing with serious family circumstances at the time. There was also discussion around the infamous footage and photos of Nick and Nora, with some viewers saying those moments made more sense to them in light of everything now being discussed. In other news after Malena's post, saying she isn't ready to speak about everything yet, but made it clear that she eventually will. As the conversation continued, Asmongold was asked about Malena's post and made it clear where he currently stands. Having known Nick for around a decade, Asmongold said he considers Nick a close friend and that he intends to stand by him. He essentially argued in the following.
It's just really insane. Malena, oh god. Oh, Jesus. Well, Malena's gonna come out and talk about Nick? Oh, jeez. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but I will. Oh, I can't wait. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be, like, the thing is that, here's what I think is funny, is that I don't think anybody cares about cancel culture stuff anymore, period. Like, there's nothing that she's gonna say or do that's gonna change people's opinions of Nick. Like, what do we even do? It's not 2021 anymore. Nobody gives a shit. Just say whatever you want. I don't know. Feel free, brother. Yeah, exactly. Nick's already a piece of shit. Look, Nick's my boy. I'ma always have his back. I've known Nick 10 years. Like, I'm not gonna be going around and you know, doing anything like that. Why? Because he's been my friend. He's been loyal to me for 10 years. Yeah, I'm gonna have his back. That's right. That's the way it is. Malena literally made Nick, though. I think it's really sad that they broke up, and I actually like Malena. It's disappointing that she's trying to, you know, potentially damage Nick's career and try to hurt his, you know, internet presence. I don't know why or what's going on here with this. I have no idea. But I think it's disappointing that she's doing that. But I do think that it's really sad. You know, Nick and Malena were a thing for like a decade, basically, right? For as long as I knew him. And yeah, I mean, that's really the truth. It's just sad. So, false allegation incoming? I have no idea, right? Wild West was an entertaining OTK event, and Malena pretty much made it 100% on her own. Malena did a lot of really good things for OTK, and she helped Nick a lot too. I think it's really sad to see what happened.
Some people defended Asmongold's position, arguing that he has known Nick for years and is entitled to stand by a long-time friend, rather than immediately changing his opinion because of online controversy. Others took the opposite view and argued that loyalty shouldn't prevent someone from looking at the evidence for themselves. One response specifically pointed to the court documents and claimed they showed Malena being financially controlled, while another argued that Asmongold's loyalty to Nick was misplaced. There was also criticism from people who connected Asmongold's defense of Nick to his previous involvement in other streamer controversies, arguing that his response showed a willingness to defend people within his circle. At the same time, some commenters were simply waiting for Malena to tell her side publicly before making a final judgment. So for now, Malena says she's not ready to speak about everything, but she has made it clear that she eventually will, while Asmongold has already made his position clear. In other news, XQC has had enough with Call of Duty after running into one of the game's new security requirements. While trying to get Modern Warfare 4 running, XQC was attempting to set up Secure Boot, a security feature that the game requires players to have enabled. The process quickly became frustrating for him, especially as he was dealing with PC settings and the game's requirements just to get into the game. Instead of continuing to troubleshoot it, XQC eventually reached his limit.
Dude, you. I don't give a shit. I mean, this game is not... okay, Doc. Okay, then, Doctor, then. Games will want you to change your parts around and have 80,000 requirements, and people will still rage hack in all your lobbies. I don't give a shit. And if they're not, the people will use Zins and Zens and kill everybody in the lobby anyway. I mean, absolutely dog shit. Like, give me a Chinese spyware. I'd better have that than this piece of shit.
Some people agreed with him, arguing that anti-cheat systems can feel frustrating when legitimate players are forced to change BIOS or security settings, while cheaters can still find ways around the systems. Others pushed back, saying that Secure Boot itself isn't particularly difficult to enable, and that the requirement is a relatively straightforward security measure. One commenter broke it down into 3 basic steps: reboot into the BIOS, enable Secure Boot, then save and exit, arguing that once it's configured, players shouldn't have to keep doing it. Another part of the discussion focused on whether these hardware-level requirements actually solve the cheating problem. One commenter pointed out that cheating has reportedly appeared even in games using similar security requirements, raising questions about how effective the measures ultimately are. Ludwig vents to the yoga teacher.
Today's practice is going to be all about balance. And so I want you to play, to have fun, and hopefully to breathe, because it looks like you all have not really been breathing, maybe screaming.
We had one of the worst experiences of our lives. The last game, the first thing our opponent said, and I'm not kidding, was "Hail Hitler." And then he proceeded to be one of the best Counter-Strike players I ever played against. We lost like 13-5. It was miserable.
He called me the N-word chef.
Jesus.
Is there a pose that fixes that?
All this is true.
Rob finally goes bald.
Just keep going. Just send it. Send it. Come on. It looks better. Remove that email.
Okay.
I want to pour it all over my legs. The hot tea just poured on me. Yeah! Ah! It's hot! It's... No! Ah!
Are you okay?
It's freaking burning.
I can drink it. You can't be burned. Come on
That was hot!